Hello everyone, good evening. My phone is kind of lean now. Yeah, let me just fix this phone here. So, I get a lot of comments, questions asked about how you start your peppers. And I thought I did a video before, but I guess not. So, today I plan to show you a few different ways how you can start your peppers or any seed for that matter. I don't know, my glass is frosting up. It seems like I'm sweating or something. Anyway, so we're gonna do that today, this evening. Don't think I'll take any questions this evening. You can post them and I'll answer them afterwards when I get a chance. Not that I'm not taking any questions, but I'm alone. Everybody's busy doing something else, so I'm just gonna do the video. So I have. Let me just turn the phone down so you can see what I have on the counter here. So you might not see my face until afterwards. I'll come back and maybe see if I can figure the questions out and answer some of them. Okay? We won't be long. Let me just turn this around. Let's see. So I think I have to work right here. So I have these little bags. A lot of you might do this already, but if you don't, I'm going to show you what I do with the bags and the paper towel. I also have these Rockwool. I got to get some water, but I have these. They're called Rockwool. It has the hole already. Some of them, the hole is not showing so well. Let's see. Yes. So I'm just going to make sure the hole is open, and I'll tell you about this when we're done. I also have this container, and I have a piece of newspaper in it. At the bottom, not newspaper, it's a bag, from a bag from the store. So I'll tell you what I do with that. And these are my pickings for yesterday and today. Peppers that I picked for yesterday and today. And I want to show you something. There's a pepper tree that just one of the Scotch Bonnet that just start bearing, right? So generally, the Scotch Bonnets look like this. They're very yellow, as you remember. Like these. See? That's what they look like. And this one is very ripe because you see it's changing almost kind of orange. But they're generally yellow. But there's a tree that start bearing they had on peppers, but it's one of the newer ones. I mentioned to you that I have about 3 or 4 younger ones that just start putting on pepper. And look at this pepper. It is so light. And look at this when it's green. It's light. And then when it's ripe, it's like this. It's lighter than the other peppers. The other ones are really green. Let me find one that's really green to show you of the regular Scotch Bonnet. Some of these fell off when I was working on them. So this is how they look. Green. But this is the green one from the other one. And see, this one is starting to ripe. Here's another green one. They're light, much lighter. Don't know why, because I only had one set of Scotch Bonnet and I didn't get any Scotch Bonnet from anybody. I call this the Dundus. The Dundus one. I hope I'm not offending anybody. Yeah, but anyway, I just want to show you that and see. I picked some of them because it's getting late. The more you pick your peppers, the more they'll ripe up. If you have a few on the tree left, just keep picking the ripe ones. Don't leave them there. And if you have green ones, those will soon start ripe up as long as they're fit. But the more you pick them, the more they bear, the more they ripe up. So I just wanted to show you that. Of course, I have some of the ghost here. I picked these yesterday. The ghost pepper. This is the orange ghost. And I'm getting quite a bit of this and still have a lot on the tree. The weather right now is in the 70s. As I mentioned, I'm sweating right now, even though I just turned on the air. These are the chocolate, Jamaican. These are from Jamaica, Jamaican chocolate, Scotch Bonnet. Anyway, your seeds are on the way. One thing I have to tell you, I still didn't get the pack of stamps that I ordered from the post office. So all your mail is still sitting here. Everybody was answered so far and sent me messages on Facebook for your seeds. I have enclosed all the seeds in the envelope already, and I'm just waiting on the stamps to put on to send to you. Okay, so let's put this aside. So as I mentioned before about the one way you can start your seed, and I use this a lot this year. I use the Rockwool. Let me just take one out. They come like this, you know, you can buy 24 or whatever. My little. It's okay. Sorry guys. So when you have the Rockwool, they're pretty cheap. Rockwool is pretty cheap. When you get your Rockwool, you could just buy 12 if you want. You don't have to do this. But this is another method. What I like about it is it keeps the seeds warm. Peppers, especially the Scotch Bonnets, I find, take a long time to grow when you plant the seeds. Sometimes I'll forget about them and use the pot for something else and realize that the seeds start growing. So don't make that mistake. That's how I get my peppers mixed up sometimes. So when you get this, it will come in a pack, and you know, they will like 6 across or whatever, and you pour water on it. See? Pour water on it. Now put it down and let it soak up some water. Now you want your it should be well soaked. I'm just doing this one because I don't plan to do whatever I put in here. I'm gonna have to grow it. Right? And you let it soak up the water until it looks saturated. So I'm gonna pick up 2 pepper seeds right now. And I'm gonna put them, just try to find that little hole and stick them in there. And take whatever you can find and push them down. Right? Push them down in there. And when this container is soaked up, when your container, don't put too much water. You just want enough to be in there, and you keep watching it, because in a couple of days this is gonna grow. This I find is the best thing. Anyway, I'm gonna take out some of this water just for this video, and I'm gonna show you what I do next. So I'll put a set in here, whatever I can hold. I could close it up. Not this container. It could be one of those containers you get from. Could be one of the containers you get from you know, with Chinese food. Could be one of those. Any container you can get, and I would close it up to keep it warm and covered and so on. And sometimes, depending on the weather, I might put them in a Ziploc bag like this. I might put it in a Ziploc bag, and I'll seal it up and leave a little part, you know, so air can come through. And that's what I might do. And especially if it's open, like if you have one of those containers that's open that you don't have a cover for, at least this one have a cover. And you don't even have to put this in a Ziploc bag. And put it in a corner. And don't put light on it. Seeds don't like light. They love the dark. Only when they start growing, I give them some light. Alright, so that's one way of doing your seeds. I mean, you know, planting them in the Rockwool. Now, another way that a lot of people do, and this is a very good way to do your seeds, is to use, now, these are some cowpeas I have here. If you're planting and if you want a couple seeds, anybody can mention it and send me a message on Facebook for cowpeas. I don't have a lot, so I'm gonna put maybe 4 on here. And like the other one, I'm gonna wet it. Only water left in here. Maybe no water not left in there, but you gotta wet it. Give it a little more water. And you can, you know, I'm not using peppers, but you can do the peppers the same way. Generally, if I'm doing a bigger seed, because I don't see as well as you guys, you younger people, I will put seeds in here and it's fine. And I'll put the seed in here and I'll fold this over. Put it this way. Fold it this way. And I'll fold this over. This is a surefire method, as they say, to get your seed started quickly. This is a smaller Ziploc bag. So I use this Ziploc bag and I put it in here. Just fold that over, fold this over so it can get in the bag. However way you want to put it. And just put it in the bag and leave it there. And I bet you in 2-3, I would say at least 3 days, this will start growing. And you don't want to leave it in here too long, so you got to watch it. Make sure it's wet and damp. Leave a little zip, but don't zip it all the way up. Leave a little section open, okay? So air can get in. And you put it aside. And if you can see much better than me, which I know a lot of you can, you could do your pepper seeds the same way. Let's put a few seeds here because they're so small when they start. They're so small when they start growing. To take them out and put them in something else is not easy. I'm not even gonna put so much. However amount you wanna put, you put them there, and you wet it the same way. Damp it, make it damp, not too wet so it's draining all over the place. Just make sure it's damp, and by the time you fold this over, it will suck up. See, now that's wet. And you do the same thing. You put it in a Ziploc bag. Make sure it's wet. And if it's drying out, put it in somewhere where it's dark. It could be in a drawer, could be under your sink, anywhere like that. And you leave them there. And do the same thing. Just zip it up to halfway, 3/4. And you put that aside. You put it aside, and that is your that is how you start those seeds. Now I have this other thing here, and I only use this method when it's warmer. The thing I like about doing it this way, oh my seeds, this way is I found this little pepper growing inside the greenhouse today. Anyway, this has sections, as you can see. What I like about it is when you're transplanting it, you don't have to root it up. It already is in, all the roots are in here already, and then you just make it dry, don't put too much, and you slide it out, and they'll come right out. Shape just like this, it's like in the container, and then you can put it in a fill this pot, a pot like this or any pot that you use with soil, and you put it in there. That's generally what I do. I have about 50 of these pots. I gave away a lot of stuff, plants this year, so I don't necessarily have 50. And you can use these from year to year. What I don't like about some of these is they have too much holes. So all your stuff and your nutrients you're putting in there, and especially because I use the liquid nutrients, it run out. Look how many holes. That's like 10 or so holes. So I put a piece of wet paper towel. This is from a bag we got from the supermarket. I put it down in there first because I don't want all my stuff to run out. It will eventually run out, but at least it will keep back some of it. And then you put your soil. Paper towel, you know, when you use a paper towel in the kitchen, as long as it's not greasy, you could save them and put them in here. Any bag, paper bag, cardboard, or whatever, you could use it and put it in here. So that is how I do these. If you when you buy these containers, maybe you should look and find one with less holes. And this is my grandkids laugh at me every day, all the time, because I always save this, save this. They get these breakfast. Let me see. Do we have any yet? I don't think we have any of those breakfasts. But they have this breakfast that their mom buy for them. Their mom buy this breakfast for them, and it's in this little bowl. When they finish, it's like a microwave thing. When they finish with them, I always ask them to save them for me. Well, I'm not saving them now because I'm not planting much now. Anyway, I like to keep, you know, another young lady had asked me one day, how do I stop all her stuff from running out? And especially because I mentioned that I use the hydroponic liquid in my plants. You know, you put them in here and you water them. Whatever runs out will get collected in here and go back to your plants. That's just what I do. Nobody really tell me to do that. I really don't see anybody do that. But some of the pots that we have a little tray under the bottom They call them self-watering containers. Self-watering containers. So, you know, they water themselves up to a point. When it's very hot, that's a different story. So I know some of you are gonna get your seeds and you're wondering how you should do them. And as I mentioned, you could do them either and either way. Um, I'm not seeing any chat if anybody is talking or asking a question. I'm not seeing it right now. Let me go look see if I can see any questions that I might wanna answer. Okay. Um, did you guys ask any questions? Oh, this is long. I thought it was the other way. I didn't realize that it was that way. Yes, good evening, John Cook. Really? Yeah. So, I hope this is beneficial to you. Oh man, I turned the thing the wrong way. Let's see if I turn it the other way. I turned it the wrong way. Can't even change it now. Yeah, too late. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, you should be able to see everything that I'm doing. I should have turned it this way. Sorry. Yeah, this is the way I should have turned it, right? No, the way it's still not the right way. So I'll go back to this. Sorry about that. But you should be able to see everything that I'm doing. So I think that's it. If you have any comment about or ask any questions about this, how I set up these, how I do the grow the peppers, um, you can post them below. Now these are gonna grow when I don't want them to grow because I didn't plant anything, but I'll have them inside, and I'll show you. Yeah, so you know, keep the seeds in the dark and let them stay there until they're until they start growing. When they start growing, you take them out and transfer them, you know, into whatever pot that you're gonna use. You know, when you transfer them, if they're like this, you could actually just transfer them in the big where am I? Oh, yeah, you could transfer them. You could transfer them in the you could transfer them in a bigger container, like you know, like I mean, you could plant your seed in a big container like this, but the way, because pepper seed takes so long to grow, it's best to start them, and they need to be kept warm. All seeds really in the winter time, if you're planting in the winter time, January, December, whenever, um, you know, and you should start your seeds early. So especially the pepper, they took too long this year. So start them early, like January, inside, you know, in something like however you want to do them. The one thing about putting them in the paper towel, they grow faster. Peppers take about 5 days, but most of the seeds, you see, just like you're soaking your seeds. You know, you go and cook peas. I would put, you know, Jamaican gonna cook peas. They put peas in water. It's actually soaking this, you know. You're actually just soaking it, and you're soaking it until they can push out, and they push out. You used to do these experiments at school, same thing, right? So the peppers, because they take so long, and if your place is cold or it's a garage, try find somewhere warm for them. Pepper seeds need warmth. Somebody asked me about buying one of those warm. They have something you can sell. They sell some kind of flannel kind of thing. You can plug it in. I also have one of those heating pads. I have used that before. Put my peppers on a heating pad upstairs in my bedroom. So hope this video helps you and teach you something tonight. All right. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I'm gonna try to give you a video midweek of something cooked. Something cooked or something I am making. Plan to do an orange marmalade, but I don't like pieces of marmalade in my orange marmalade. It's just like orange jam, you know. So I'm gonna try and get cut the pieces small and run them through the NutriBullet maybe. All right. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and ask any questions. I try to answer the questions. If you look at other videos, I answer questions as soon as I can and as much as I can. Thanks again. Bye. There are no questions. I don't see any questions from anybody, so I'll just. Oh, Joyce. Hi, Miss Joyce. I didn't see you. Yeah, Miss Joyce and John Cook said good evening. I don't know if anybody else is there, but I can't see on this. I could see on this, but I can't. Oh, 7 people are there. No questions? My grass is steaming up. From the 7 people, no questions? Any questions? Okay, so I don't. If you have questions after this, please post them below this video. Okay. All right. Thanks again. Bye bye. Come on.